Introducing the Soul Collection by Brilliant Earth, the global leader in ethically sourced fine jewelry. From pave rings to star-studded bracelets, each piece made with recycled gold or silver and beyond conflict-free diamonds embodies Brilliant Earth's commitment to design, craftsmanship, quality, sustainability, and transparency. Drawing inspiration from the warmth and energy of the sun, Soul is more than jewelry. It's an expression of your personality. The Soul Collection, exclusively at Brilliant Earth. Be light, be you.
New to thisisfunner.com, Cobbler's Gulch.
In Cobbler's Gulch, the following words are never coupled with thoughts or memories or feelings of goblins and witches. Birthday cake.
Happy, happy birthday.
Love.
I love you.
Good-hearted laughter.
Oh my gosh.
Or chocolate fondue.
Yum.
These words, however, are nearly always coupled with talk of goblins and witches. Treacherous, maleficence, malfeasance, maliciousness, most mal words to be quick about it, oozy, smoked oysters, and wickedness. Unfortunately, goblins and witches are exactly what Cobbler's Gulch orphan Hazel Peachwood must deal with.
I got this.
When she commits to rescuing a recently kidnapped local fairy with nothing but the help of her 7 orphan brothers.
Good boys. All 7 of them.
Cobbler's Gulch, an episodic podcast that brings to mind words like adventure, friendship, and yes, goblins and witches. Subscribe now. If you don't, there's a better than even chance that a witch will poke out your eyeballs.
Listen now at thisisfunner.com or wherever you get your podcasts. This one's my favorite.
This is funner.
This is Conversate with Us with Chris Donovan and Evelyn Urives.
Welcome to another episode of Conversate with Us. What's going on, party people? Pew, 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 pew. I'm Evelyn Urives. To my right, and
which you can
kind
see
of to my right, kind of in front of. Well, I guess you're to my right at this particular point. Is the apple
right in front of you?
Is the apple? Well, you're kind of to my right. I mean, my feet are pointed. Anyway, the apple of my eye, the man I love so much.
Oh,
Chris Donovan.
Hi, everyone.
Also known as my husband.
It was Spouse's Day a couple days ago, so that's why she's doing all that stuff.
No, I can't just do it because I love you.
No.
Okay.
See, she gave in so easy. Every day is her day.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did you like your post? Because you didn't do a post.
No, I didn't.
No,
because it would have been too. It would have been like,
oh, she did it, so I have to do it.
Yeah, or
Totally.
oh my God, they must did she mess up? Like,
dang.
Or like,
you think that's what people were thinking because I posted about you?
I don't know, but I can say that I really enjoyed reading it and I cried a little bit.
Did you? You didn't cry.
I got teary-eyed.
You got teary-eyed by my Instagram post?
Yes.
Oh,
those
that's
are
gonna
words.
Make me tear up.
No, I did. I'm not lying. I did. Because I mean, we're stuck in this Groundhog Day bubble of a life right now.
Yeah.
And you don't, and we don't, and I don't, and they don't. Nobody gets their alone time as much
ever
as they used to.
Ever.
And that helped.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's
I'm
better
happy.
than a post.
Yeah, you know what?
You.
I like that. That's on a podcast, not a post.
I like that.
Yeah.
Don't post. Pod about it.
Pod about it. Go on. Pod me, baby. Pod me.
All right, now you're getting into the OnlyFans area.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to join my pod only?
Yeah. That kind of sounds like you're stuck in a bubble with someone.
My only pod. Yeah. All
I'm picturing is the 3 little peas that are stuck in the pod in Toy Story. That's what I'm picturing right now.
Oh my God, you're such a dad. And hence the reason for my post.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, well, hey, welcome to the show. We're excited to have you for another week, another show,
Let's just say show, another conversation.
Another conversation.
Sorry, that's right. We're Ishan.
We conversate. So let's talk about some food.
Yeah, so my wife cooked some bomb stew, and I hate stew.
Okay, so
I didn't tell her this before.
You did not tell me that.
So she comes into the garage, and she's like, oh, my God, I got this really cool. I don't know why you're an Irish girl.
Did I sound like that?
No. She comes into the garage, and she's like, okay, so I've been looking up some recipes, and I'm going to do this other thing that we'll talk about in a second.
Mm-hmm.
And then this stew, this beef stew. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And you're like,
you weren't overly excited about it. I did notice
beef
that.
stew sounds like vomit to me.
Oh, really?
And it's not good. It's never been good to me. But I think of it like beef stroganoff. That's like beef stew, but they forgot to add the water and they threw it on some noodles.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I'm like,
okay.
oh. And then I had yours and I had double. I
you
had
really liked
seconds.
it.
I did. And
I'm so happy.
That's why I didn't tell you. I'm not stupid. I've been married long enough to know not to tell you what I hate and don't not.
Let me taste it first and see. And I knew I was kind of towing the line because you don't like cooked vegetables. And so I did put carrots in there and they had to get cooked, and there were peas in there. And I knew I was worried a little bit about that. You looked at them.
The carrots I didn't eat.
Okay.
The peas I picked. I did eat the peas, but peas are like one of those things where it's the flavor of whatever you have. So
yeah, that's what I thought too.
Every single one of those bites I had salsa on.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so what I did was I got inspired by the fact that over Christmas we got a cast iron skillet
from my mom and my dad.
Yes,
pretty dope.
Love it, love it, love it. And we had not cooked in it yet, so I was trying to figure out what could we cook in it, and I was in a cooking mood on Sunday, so I really wanted to like make food for the family all day.
Which she did, and we'll get to the lunch in a minute.
Oh, yeah. So dinner, I already had to plan out because I knew I needed the ingredients for it. And I settled on beef stew because I felt like it was an easy enough thing for me to throw in there and then leave.
Oh, I just thought Cassie could spell it. So you're like, great.
I'm like, what are we making?
Beef stew.
Beef stew, Mom.
She could spell that.
So, not the reason, but we had some potatoes already. I knew I just needed to get some beef and, whatever little other ingredients. I had carrots already. I had the peas already. I had all these things. So that sounds like not very tasty when you think about just those things.
It's not.
That's not what makes it tasty. And I learned this as I was making it. So
what makes it tasty?
What makes it tasty is everything blending together.
Okay.
There is an ingredient I did not know goes in a beef stew. And
are you going to give it away?
I'm going to. I'm going to give it away. No, it's cornstarch. So
sugar.
You put it's not sugar. It's cornstarch. So I guess is that made from sugar? I'm not enough.
Isn't that the sugar from corn?
It doesn't taste like sugar.
I have no idea, but isn't it like the second or third recipe in? Isn't that an ingredient in a recipe? Like the third or fourth ingredient in is like usually it's like sugar, colored yellow 5.
No, you're thinking of like fructose or like
high fructose syrup is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I am wrong. Keep going.
I think cornstarch is different, but I don't know. Don't quote me. I'm not a chef. I just try. Shut up. I just practice, and we like eating.
And it was good.
And I want to see what I can make. Anyway,
that's pretty much our entire house.
I mean, that's the reason we made a podcast or a meeting. Okay, like let's just try it and see what happens. So anyway, so I had cornstarch, and I was like, "What? That's in it? That's crazy." So what's in it basically is stew meat. Okay, so chopped up meat,
beef,
or
chicken,
or you could do chicken too. I did beef though because I wanted it to be
do pork if you did it for long enough.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh, I'm sure I did it long enough. It was 3 hours in.
Pork you wanted like 6 hours.
Yeah, that's true. So carrots, onions, potatoes, peas. I've got the bay leafs, which I think really helped.
Oh yeah, I had to take it out of my food.
Did you?
A couple times.
You're like, oops, my bad.
Like, hey, move this. Get out of here. I don't need a leaf.
Bay leaf. Beef bouillon cubes, which we have a bunch left over. I can't wait to use more of those. It's a seasoning. It's a really good seasoning.
I grew up on that stuff.
Yeah.
Chicken bouillon and everything.
And you can do you can put that in and then just
it makes potato soups taste so much better.
Yeah, so think about that. So that was in it. Sugar, there was a tablespoon of sugar in there. Salt, thyme, pepper, cornstarch, which I was surprised about.
Something we can't afford.
Sometime. Dash of thyme. I don't even know if I put the thyme in there, to be honest with you. I don't think I did.
I mean, you did, but you didn't put the thyme.
I put the thyme in, but I didn't put the thyme in. You know what I mean? And
hey, we're here always.
Hey.
I should have hooked up the sound effects again.
And then whole tomatoes, the canned whole tomatoes, the canned ones that are peeled, and they want you to add all the juice and then a cup of red wine.
So would you put in like Lambrusco?
I put in
or would you put like port?
Whatever I had.
You're like,
I don't know. I ain't a wine person.
You're like, I put in a 1994 Merlot.
I was like, is this an expensive one? And I just poured it all in there.
This has been open for about a month. It's good.
I don't know. Julene poured it in. It tasted good.
Julene poured it in.
She did.
Did she take a drink first?
She did not.
I wouldn't either.
I was like, hey, girl, pour a cup. She goes, really? And I was like, yeah, you better do that. And then you better go rinse out that cup because that crap stains. But no, so we did that. Here's the mistake I made, though.
Now you don't have to bring up mistakes.
No, I have to because I didn't go exactly by the recipe because the skillet I used was not deep enough.
That's what she said.
I needed a deeper pot, and I used the one we had.
You needed a full Dutch oven, and we have a deep skillet with a skillet that sits on top.
Yeah,
that's like a lid. So we have like a skillet and a half.
So I was pretty sure I ruined everything.
You had.
I really thought I did.
The ingredients were right there. If the skillet and a half had a lid,
yes,
it would have been perfectly portioned.
Well, no, I was supposed to put in 2 giant cans of those peeled tomatoes with the juice, and I couldn't. I could only put in 1.
Hold on. Did you open both of them?
No, just one.
Before you put them in?
Hell no, I didn't.
Okay,
I
good.
was smart. Because I started looking at it going, hell no.
No.
Hey, there ain't no way I'm going to be able to fill 2 of those mothers in there.
I used to do that stuff when I was younger. I used to do that and be like, oh, yeah, no, 3 boxes of mac and cheese are not going in that small container. I just beat it up.
But I really want to eat it all. How do I fix this?
So I put in 2.
Jolene and I were cracking up. So,
it was good.
Story of our lives. I put it in the oven. I'm cooking it up, have it set. It bubbles over and it's all over the bottom of our oven. I was like, crap.
That was the best part.
I had to scrub it out of there. But it was good. I mean, either way, the stew came out good. The kids liked it too. I couldn't believe the kids liked it.
And I Mexicanized it a little bit. I had a little bit of low-carb tortillas.
Do. Yes.
A little bit of cheese, and then I just added my mom and dad's homemade salsa.
Yeah. So, I mean, you basically changed the entire recipe, but whatever.
I didn't change anything.
I'm just kidding.
I added to it.
Yes, you did.
But let's get to lunch.
Okay, so
the pizzas.
You liked the lunch, huh?
The pizzas were really good. They burnt the crap out of my mouth. Like you're like, here, try this. I'm like,
sorry.
I felt like the mother of dragons for a second.
Well, no, she wouldn't have felt it.
True. But it was really hot, and then after it cooled down a little bit, I had it was really good because you used mozzarella like circles instead of just shredded cheese, and like I believe there was basil on those.
There was. You noticed all the things I drizzled on, and
it's a conversation.
Oh my gosh, look at this! I'm so excited you liked it.
So I only got to eat 3 pieces because the kids ate it all.
Yeah,
but
because it's very time consuming making the dough. So I made the dough from scratch. I wanted to just buy the store bought dough.
It doesn't work,
but they don't have, and they didn't have any, so I couldn't even buy store-bought dough.
Like toilet paper and store-bought pizza dough. You can't find anything.
Neither of them. What is wrong with this pandemic?
I don't get it. But yeah, no, it was really good. I figured they'd be a little thinner crust, knowing you. But I think you were a little worried about it breaking inside the fryer.
Yeah, I was trying to. So that's the whole thing that I did. I was trying so hard to make it in the air fryer.
Yeah, it worked out great.
And it came out so good.
Yeah, it was really good.
And I was realizing like I'd only need actually like 5 minutes, and it's already done.
And the amount of you really need. It's not really greasy or anything because the cheese does, when it melts, it gives that little bit, and then it goes into the sauce that you have on there, and then whatever vegetables just absorb it, and it's like it's super dry, not super dry. It's like perfect. It's not.
It's like a crispy.
It's a little
doughy.
crispy, little doughy, but also the cheese and the sauce is very flavorful.
Yeah,
without it's not dried out.
Yeah, I'm so glad you liked it.
That's what it is. It's a freaking air dryer.
Yeah, I know. It's a dehydrator, basically.
We didn't dry it out, so it was really good.
And I brushed both. I mean, I think this is what you need to do is you have to brush, no matter what you put in the air fryer. If it's dough-wise or any of that stuff, just brush it with olive oil. I mean, it's the key to everything.
Won't stick, right?
It doesn't stick, and then it when it actually, because I mean, you're supposed to be like, oh, I'm not using oil. Come on, you're going to use a little bit because you.
Need extra money for college? ISL Education Lending Scholarship Program provides $1,000 for college expenses. Registration is easy and no essay is required. Visit www.iowastudentloan.org/register to learn more. The scholarship is open to Iowa residents who are in high school and college students, as well as parents of those students. Register by November 30th for your chance at one of the 45 awards at www.iowastudentloan.org/register.
Want it to taste good. You want it to soften a little bit and not be harsh.
Olive oil is burn temperatures lower too, so it probably evaporated, and that's when it makes it all like the crust brown and stuff. It was good.
It was good. I'm so glad you liked it.
Cassie, did you like the pizza she made the other day?
Yes. So what she did, she like made little stripes of like the dough, and I ate those. And oh my gosh! And I ate them in the I dipped them in the sauce, and then I ate them alone, and it was really good.
Yeah, she kept asking me to, like, if there's any leftover dough, to make little strips of it.
Yeah.
And so, because she really liked the dough. And what was kind of fun
made,
is...
like cheese sticks.
Oh, no, I could have. I totally could have. But I was trying to figure out what I was doing. I still had to make the beef stew. I was doing like 5 things at one time in that moment. But I made a homemade tomato sauce.
Tomato
sauce. For the pizza, and so we were just dipping it like it was mozzarella sauce, even though it was
that's yummy. See, and that's yummy. It was good. It was really good.
Or mozzarella sauce. I'm sorry, marinara. Good Lord, you know what I mean.
She's not Italian. And we'll get to my 23andMe in the next episode here.
Oh my God, we need to talk about that.
We'll get to there soon, but let's get into right now.
Okay, let's go.
Right now.
So what's your right now?
My right now is that I'm leaving you.
Yeah, you are.
I am. I'm leaving her. Sorry, guys. This is the last episode. This woman.
Don't say that.
I'm just kidding. I'm going to.
Honestly, that hurts. It scares me.
Honestly, this all happened on a whim. I mean, for me, it was a whim. I wasn't awake for 3 hours texting back and forth like everyone else was. But I woke up with 200 text messages one morning, and apparently it meant that I had to buy a ticket to Seattle to go hang out with some of my boys.
That's so funny. So he wakes up early. We went to bed early that night for some reason.
Yeah.
We never do. And it was like we went to bed early. It was a Friday night or something.
No, we got up and we walked super early that day, and we did a bunch of work around the house.
Right.
So about 8 o'clock, we're like, it's midnight, right?
We're old. Can we watch a movie in our bed? We always know what that leads to. Sleeping.
Yeah, in our bed means meanies. But
Cassie laughs.
So I woke up with all these text messages, and they planned a trip to Seattle, and there's 2 of us flying up there, and then 2 of them driving over the mountain from the other side of Washington to meet our boy in Seattle and stay at his house.
And you're all going to COVID test before you go? Or are we all doing? Are we doing thermometer checks on your foreheads, or what? Are you going to be safe? I'm a little nervous.
I am not making out with any of them.
Okay, well that's good. Are you going to keep your mask on the entire time?
Probably not. But Sports Fix with Sticks, we're staying at his house. Yeah, so we're gonna stay at Jason's house.
Be careful.
Yeah, it's literally that. Drive back over the mountain, grab a truck, and drive back home.
Okay, so here, let's discuss that part of it, though. Drive back over the mountain. So he's flying into Seattle, and for those who don't know, he's got to now drive after he's done hanging out with his boys. Which, by the way, everything in Seattle's closed, so it's not like they're going anywhere. They're going to literally stay in an apartment.
It's going to be
like
Postmates and
drunkenness.
Instacart.
Yeah, I'm sure. So then
that sounds like a party.
Yeah, it does sound like a lot of fun. Like,
Postacart.
You know what? Once you get into your late 30s, you go, that sounds like a lot of fun. I don't know if I can handle that party.
That sounds fun. I'm gonna make something out of that. Go ahead.
So after that, you are driving back with the guys that are going back into Tri-Cities, where your family lives, where our sister-in-law lives, where my in-laws, all of the in-laws live. So,
correct.
That is a 3-hour plus drive, and over the mountain, which we've done together, is scary AF. Okay,
so I've done over the mountain a few times.
Snowing.
So let me explain a little bit. When you go over the mountain, it's snowy for most of the way. You don't see lines. There's chains on.
It was the scariest thing I've ever driven in. Honest to God, it was so scary.
And I grew up in it, so I'm not too scared of it entirely.
I was following a car in front of me just to stay in their tracks. I was freaked out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No, it was terrifying.
That's awesome.
It was terrifying. It was so
you were
scary.
going like 15, 20 miles an hour tops.
But if they stop, then I can't stop. I was so scared.
No, not even that. You're going uphill. So if they stop and you stop, you got to get momentum again, and that's the problem. When you're going uphill, it's a problem.
God.
Going downhill is going slow enough so you don't like skid out of the way. So
oh my God.
Beside all that, yes, you went through that. We have to do that on the way back, but they have to do it Friday on the way over.
Right. And we're getting a big rainstorm this week here.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what's going on. Yes, I can only imagine what's happening up there.
I'm not worried about it because we have 3 grown-ass men in a car. Okay. Probably a small SUV, a bigger SUV, honestly. So I'm not too worried. Do they have
studs on their tires like the...
Nah,
the mountain
drive.
Like the mountain folk do.
Nah, it's not a front wheel drive car. It's probably 4-wheel drive already has changed. But we're gonna go back over. I'm gonna be there Sunday night with my family, and then Monday I drive back so I can be here Tuesday for our survivalist episode.
Yeah. Well, no, that's gonna be very exciting. But I understand you're bringing a in-law back with you.
I might be. I don't know who I'm bringing back.
Yeah,
yet.
it's going to be a lottery. It's going to be a scratch and win. We're going to find out which in-law's coming back with you.
It's going to be so I don't know who's necessarily coming back, but I know my dad for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be driving back with me, so it'll make the drive easier.
I can't wait to see Dan.
And he'll be able to watch the show with us.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
But I'm also bringing back like furniture and stuff. It's been a while that we've needed to go.
And you ready for this? And he's bringing back a pig.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the pig.
He's bringing back a freaking pig, and it's not a live one.
No.
Unfortunately, the kids would have loved that.
Our nephews raise pig for show and stuff, so they have to get rid of them eventually, and we eat it.
And we bought one. We're splitting it down here in California with my dad and my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
they're so happy they married into white trash.
Oh my! That is something for sure we would never have been introduced to had I not married you. That is for sure.
Like what?
Wait, I'm sorry. What? You raise pigs and
what do you do with them?
You show them and then sell them.
To who?
Butcher them?
You? How much? Wait, and then how much meat is that?
Oh,
wow!
Oh, that's a lot of meat. Okay, we'll buy that.
How much? Oh. 2. I'll take 2.
Thank God for FFA.
Seriously. It's Future Farmers of America. People don't know what that means.
They got to. They had that in everybody's school, right? Anyway.
They got to. I'm rubbing off on you.
They got to.
All right, what's your right now,
okay,
my love?
So my right now is over the weekend. I know we talked about it a little bit with Cassie on our last episode, but we got to do that in-theater experience for Hamilton.
Oh, it was so amazing.
And in these COVID times, it was a special treat, I got to tell you, because we had not done anything like that in 9 months easily. And maybe more. And it was so much fun. It was really the greatest experience. I want to do it again.
Yeah.
If we possibly can. So
we will actually. I think your brother's already lining it up for.
Oh my God.
In February for
because he had such a good
night.
time too. So here's what happened. So obviously we had a very small group. We rented out a theater. They were offering only small groups. And you could plug in your own streaming device and...
Well, no, they have the device.
They have the device.
You have to log in.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So you log into your device and you can watch whatever you want to for the 2 hours that you're in there. And we were like, well, this is perfect for Cassie. I mean, if you didn't hear the last episode, we're going to watch Hamilton. It was so much fun. Chris and I sat in the back of the theater. Aiden and his friend Sterling, who's our next door neighbor.
Yeah.
So we weren't taking anybody that we didn't know well, very close. Yeah, in our people in our bubble. Cassie brought her other 2 neighbor girls, and my brother, my parents, and that's it. And it was my sister-in-law, and it was just us. That's it. And it was just our little family that we've been quarantining all together with.
Yeah.
And it was a blast. We were singing, we were dancing. The boys were running through the theater like they owned the place, just our theater that we were in.
Yes.
And the concessions were open the entire time.
Popcorn aplenty. They have beer. They have wine. They've got hot dogs and nachos.
So amazing. I felt like so VIP, but this wasn't just because like any reason. We paid for this.
Yes.
Anyone can do this. And this is the place that's located in Riverside in Mission Grove. It's called Galaxy Theaters. If you can support them, they're a small business. They're privately owned. They're they're a small group here.
Yeah, no, Annette's the GM there. She was great. She took care of us from the beginning. I saw a Facebook post and I reached out
I can't believe you found that. That is so neat.
And it's $99, and then you just buy your concessions, and then it's there's nobody there. It's like safe. It's like the first couple theaters is all you. They're all you, like your theater's all you. They will come in and be like, "You good?" And then they'll walk out, and that's it. You go back and get another beer, and you go back in.
You know what the craziest part to me is that you had a remote control that controlled the screen. That was so neat.
Yeah, we had Disney Plus on the big screen because we did watch Hamilton, and that's where it's out. But I was like, okay, well, it's not time to start the movie yet, so I put on some of the shorts from Pixar.
Yeah. It was like we had some,
I
some
had previews.
It was super cool. I was over the moon with it. I know everybody was. Cassie was.
I want to go back for my birthday, and I want to do a marathon.
Well, now I'm like, I know when COVID goes away or when they reopen the theaters, they're probably not going to offer this.
That price. No, not that price. They'll still offer it.
I'm going to be kind of
bummed.
I'm not going to lie, because I'm like, want to do that again so bad. And
it was so cool.
I have a new appreciation for Hamilton. I've seen Hamilton 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But watching it on a big screen was next level. I felt like I was watching it on the stage.
It was. Yeah.
It was so cool. I was cheering.
It was even better.
I was clapping. I was singing.
Every song we were done, we were singing. Cassie had to do. She has this couple songs which has certain parts in them. She has to get up and do.
Oh, she got up and performed in the. Yeah, she had to like get. She got in the very front of the theater and was like dancing and like performing, and it was super cool.
Yeah, and then they come in and then they clean up the whole theater after us and stuff. I mean, we cleaned up all our stuff, but they come in and spray it. And they did the Febreze.
No, it was super cool. I mean, it was very neat, and I got hit up by a lot of people over the weekend about the theater. It's not like we just are because we're somebody. No, you can rent. I mean, I'd like to think I'm somebody, but no, that's not the reason.
Somebody's going to edit this podcast in 3 minutes.
No, we're definitely. It's open to the public that way. Just rent it.
I'd say look for them on Facebook, because when I went to the website, it's super confusing because Galaxy Theater is a branch or a brand that's on other states and stuff. So just go to Facebook and look up Mission Grove Galaxy Theater in Riverside, and it should come up, and that's going to be the easiest way. Facebook,
and reach out to them. They were sweet as pie, and
they're awesome.
They were really good to us, and it was a great experience.
Yeah, it was super good. We already have plans to go back to watch The Dark Knight, I believe, and for my birthday, I'm thinking we're gonna figure out something really cool to watch.
If COVID, you're talking about June.
I don't give a damn.
You're still gonna do it? I'll pay whatever.
I'll be like, how much is it now? $99.50.
Oh yeah, right. They're like, okay, it's a little more than that.
Decimal point over, a little bit more to the right.
I'm like, okay, I love you, Chris, but I don't know about that.
Hey, I broke a world record in a movie theater. I think I deserve $99.
You did do that once.
We'll talk about that
back in the olden days.
Have we talked about that on the podcast?
I don't know.
I broke a world record one time, but we'll talk about it sometime in an upcoming episode.
Oh my God, I know, but now you're just leaving them you're just leaving them.
Next week on the show.
We'll talk about Chris's record-breaking theater hit.
Theater sitting. Anyway, soon.
All right, let's get into our topic.
What is our topic?
Okay, so I found a good one because I feel like everyone can relate to this, especially us. We went through our own situation with this. And it's weird because it's something very celebrity that I think a lot of people can relate to.
Okay.
So Justin Timberlake was on Dax Shepard's.
Well, yeah, celebrity all you go.
Those are pretty big celebrities. I mean, yeah.
Armchair expert.
Yes. And he's got Dax has a really good podcast.
Yeah, he does. He records it in his attic.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's how he does it. And it's just really kind of fun. It's about life. And it's obviously his wife is Kristen Bell. And you know, they talk about their kids and things.
Which I would really love to hang out with them.
I feel like they're us.
Yeah, I feel like we could go to a bar. Well, I mean, not a bar now, but we could sit here and barbecue and BS.
I feel like we could just... I feel like Kristen is my best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's
I feel like she and I would be kindred spirits. Like, we would just fit.
Yeah.
She would be... Yeah. Okay. So anyway...
If you're hearing this right now, Kristen
Bell.
Dax... I loved you in Zathura, by the way. So
I liked you before Frozen, Kristen. Okay, that didn't make a difference to me.
Heroes.
I'm like Veronica Mars.
Oh yeah.
No. I just like her, and I think I like her more as a human being, like the
Yes.
Kristen away from being a celebrity or away from being an actress. I like that version of her. I think she's just incredible.
Discover unbeatable deals and convenience at your neighborhood family fare supermarkets. Score exclusive deals, earn rewards, join clubs, and clip digital coupons for extra savings all in one place. Our exclusive offers bring savings straight to your card. Explore a wide range of local products that support your community. With easy pickup and delivery options, saving time and grocery shopping has never been easier. Family Fare is all about making your grocery experience easy and affordable and your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. Family Fare in your neighborhood.
We can stop HIV, Iowa.
One key step, getting tested for HIV.
An estimated 14% of people in Iowa living with HIV don't know their status. The CDC recommends everyone get tested for HIV at least once in their lifetime, or more often when needed.
So testing is important.
Yes! Testing is the only way to know your status. It's the first step in getting additional HIV prevention services or HIV care.
Find out more at stopHIViowa.org.
Well, anyway, so okay, now that I've talked about my celeb crushes, so he was on his show, and they were talking about parenting as a celebrity. Okay,
yes.
From a celebrity point of view. And, Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel just welcomed another baby. They just had their son during the pandemic.
Oh, what's his name?
His name is Phineas.
And Ferb?
That's what everyone kept saying. But also, remember,
Phineas.
Billie Eilish's brother is Phineas.
No, everybody except for me said Phineas, like Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish,
and I said Ferb, and everybody's like, who the hell's Ferb?
No, everyone knows Phineas and Ferb. Come on, let's not get it twisted. Classics. So Phineas is their name. So Silas and Phineas are their babies, right? Silas, yeah, are their two babies. And so anyway, they're talking about that and like what it's like, and how to keep them away from all of the things that the celebrity part of it has to go through.
Okay, and
how do you raise your kids to feel like they're normal, even though they're kind of not normal?
Yeah.
Are their friends going to treat them the same? All of these kinds of things that were really interesting to me.
Yes.
Justin was like, obviously, I don't want my kids to be treated different because of what he and his wife do for a living. Oh, they're only going to want to be my friends because, dad's a pop star, this amazing guy everybody knows.
Daddy dated Britney Spears. And everyone wants to be near him.
I mean, and his mom's super duper hot. Like, let's talk about the hotness, okay?
Wasn't she like Electra?
I don't know.
Am I thinking of the wrong one? She's not the one that married Ben Affleck.
No.
Okay.
That is oh my
I'm
God.
I'm pointing at you right now because you can't remember the name.
Yes, again. That is
Dun, dun. We're not looking anything up on the internet because this is what people used to do before the internet.
Oh my God. Their daughter's name is Violet. Why can I remember that and not Jennifer Garner. Oh my God, what's wrong with my head? I love following her on Instagram.
We got there.
She's fun to follow on Instagram.
Is she? I don't follow her.
Totally funny.
I'll follow her now.
Totally funny.
All right, thanks, Jennifer.
So no, you're thinking of the wrong person. Well. Jessica Biel. She was in.
Okay, Jessica and Jennifer, give me a break.
That is stupid what you just said right now, and I'm gonna just let that go because they're totally different people. Oh my God. Anyway, yes, Jessica Biel, and she's a super duper hottie. Anyway, she was in The Sinner. Remember The Sinner? We watched that together. The Sinner.
Oh yeah. The Sinner.
Yes.
I thought you said Center.
Oh, The Sinner.
Yeah, where the flashbacks. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Or her baby.
Is that going to come back?
Yes, but they do it with a different people every time.
Oh, it's like
a different sinner.
Oh, great.
No, I'm serious. That's exactly how they're doing it.
I mean, I guess it gives us options. If anybody's researching to be a sinner, season 2 coming soon.
What? I think it's season 3. I think it's already done season 2.
Are we that far behind?
Yes, because we don't. I only wanted to watch it because Jessica.
I can never catch up. Anyway.
Never mind. Anyway, okay. So they have got now 2 kids, and Dax and Kristen Bell, they have what? 2 kids, I think, at this point.
I don't stalk them that much. I don't know.
I'm like, wait a minute, I do. Hold on, let me look up my. I'm just kidding. So Dax also admitted like he has this like really big fear that kids are going to only want to hang out because of what his wife is. His wife is Anna from freaking Frozen.
Yeah.
So they talked about how they had told their kids, like, let's not tell anyone what mommy's working on at all.
But if somebody comes up and they ask you if you want to build a snowman, you say no.
Yeah. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't do that in our house. That's acting, biatches. And they were also saying how, like, what they're trying to do the most, is, like, what Justin Timberlake said, is, you know, that we have really fun jobs. It's true.
Yeah.
But it's not who we are. Like, that's a job, and then what we are is humans, and we're a family, and this and that. So it was interesting to me, like, listening to that and reading the whole story too, because I was like trying to read like what other people's opinions were on the situation, because I'm like that person that likes to deep dive into something when it's like really interests me. Like, I have to know everything about it.
Yeah.
I felt like I could relate to that in a way, just based on my silly little. I'm no Dax Shepard, Kristen Bell, Jessica Biel, Justin Timberlake. But I remember going through this situation with Julene when she was very young.
And stop putting yourself down.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying, like,
I understand. But stop it. Keep going
with my profession. But I know a lot of people go through this with other types of professions.
Yeah,
so
we're going to get to those in a second.
Yes. So with my situation, obviously I've been on the radio for a long time. I was on the radio 1 year, like a real solid year, before Julene was born. And that year was a very big year for our radio station. So we were very popular that year. It was like basically the launching point of my career. And then I had a baby, and I became a single mother, and people were very invested in that little girl. They were like, this, all of a sudden, my, like, what I was on the radio was completely different. People looked at me differently. They were like, oh my God.
You weren't a threat anymore.
I wasn't a threat. I wasn't the single girl on the radio.
Anymore,
I was the single mom on the radio.
But also, it took a little time, but the station eventually realized that was the best role, and
that I was the cash cow.
And then they gave, that still is that's still the thing. But also they bought, like, that's when they embraced Julene a lot. Like, before I met her, like, she had jerseys and she was at every show and like every basketball games and everything.
She was our baby mascot.
Yeah.
She was our baby mascot.
So they embraced it just like the IE did.
And I was a single mom, so of course everywhere I went, she went, because I wasn't leaving her anywhere with my parents when I had to do like nightclubs or something like that. But no, I mean, this little girl grew up, like, she has stories of just growing up like that. And I look at it and I go, okay, I understand. You know, I was putting her out in the public eye, but, you know, I always thought it was very small scale. So I only thought it was just our community. Our community was getting to know her. Now, fast forward a couple more years, and now she's in elementary school, and she's learning what it's like to be a friend, and she's learning what it's like to, you know, share and do all these things, because she was the only child, you know, so she didn't have siblings yet.
Nope.
And except she had best friends that were all in her neighborhood.
She also had to share with me.
She had to share with you.
Yeah, that's where I think she learned sharing.
She learned sharing from you. Yes. And you guys were both so damn demanding. Let me just say, you guys did not like sharing me.
No, we're not allowed.
No, and so, like, she had her little group in our neighborhood that were very close with her, and didn't look at what mommy did as anything special, because they were just our neighbors, right? She got to elementary school, and I want to say it was like second grade. Maybe second grade or third grade.
Okay.
When she started to have that realization that people were trying to be her friend because they heard her mommy was on the radio.
Or the last name, they would see E. Rivez.
Yep. And she has a Rivez. And I'm Laudenslager everywhere I go. So, but on the radio, I'm Rivez. So it was a really big issue. And she came home and she was like, I don't like telling people what you do.
For a couple years, she did that. Yeah.
It was really, and it made me so sad.
Oh, you knew. Well, there's no reason to be sad. You know, in a couple years behind that, you're gonna be the hero, and then eventually she started getting Justin Timberlake tickets.
Oh, I know. Yes.
Greets
but I felt bad about the school experience. Like, that was not what I wanted for her whatsoever.
Yeah, but it could be worse.
Of course. I mean, okay, look, we're shaping our children. Okay, so I'm talking about it from a perspective of, you want to do everything you can so that your kid adjusts their own way, not because of something you projected on them or something that you
I get it.
made.
I totally get it. But I think there's worse ones that could happen. I mean, this is what we were going to talk about. Like what are worse professions where you got to like, oh, my mom does that, or oh, my dad does that. Like, which ones would make you embarrassed? Like, it's not like my dad was a pipe fitter. Cool.
Yeah.
My mom, she worked in retail until my brother, we got into high school basically.
Yeah.
And then she stayed home. So it's like, oh, yay. It's like there's not a whole lot of controversy there or
No, of course.
any faux pas. But what if your mom was a stripper?
Okay. Now you're going extreme.
But seriously, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Would you have to be embarrassed? Would you be embarrassed? Or how did they find out? I mean, the internet's the real thing, so that's probably
now
how.
It's way different. But then, I mean, okay.
Come on, but seriously, though, think about it.
No, I am. I've thought about it.
Oh. You're a stripper?
Almost going to be. No, I'm just kidding.
When I met her, she did have a pole in the garage.
Oh, God. Let's not talk about that. Did not have a pole in the garage.
I'm drinking my tea.
I did not have a pole in the garage. I had a pole in a box.
In the garage.
Which was never set up.
In the garage.
Ever. Not once.
In the garage. Don't call me a liar. It was a pole in your garage.
Damn it. Why didn't we set that thing up? Okay, so.
Seriously, we should have it right now.
I see your point.
Yes.
But I have a broader
That's why
issue.
They're embarrassed butts.
Yeah, and they look good. And a lot of butts. That's a profession. Obviously, that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you probably aren't sharing with your kid what you're doing at night, or if your kid does know at some point in time, if some kid knows at some point in time, they're not going to school and saying, "Oh, my mom is this" or whatever. They're not. I'm making the differentiation.
I was a little too drastic.
Yeah, way too drastic. Let's talk about like the kid that goes to school and their mom's a teacher
or the principal.
Or okay.
Oh yeah, that
Fine.
too. Yeah, okay.
Now you've got that situation, right? Does that adversely affect them, or does it help them with popularity? And do they like it or do they not like it? And that's a hard thing because.
Both.
Totally. I mean, like, because if your mom's a jerk teacher, you're like, damn, I don't want that. I don't want to be friends with that kid because his mom is a jerk.
Yep.
Or, I want to be friends with that kid because his mom's going to give me an A.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so there's those things that are exactly the situation that I think maybe Julian was feeling.
Yeah.
She thought people were, I want to be friends with her because I might get benefits like she gets. That was what she did not like. She felt used, and I hated that.
Yeah, I remember.
That hurt my heart. And then there was Aiden and Cassie, and as they grew up and they were young, they were the complete opposite.
Yeah, they're hams.
And they were like, "Mom, can I bring you to show and tell? Mom, will you speak at my assembly?" Like I was become friends with the principal, and the principal's like, "Will you speak about whatever at this assembly?"
Mom, let's do a video.
Mom, can we do a video? Can I show my teacher? Will you come to my school and do? And I, as I didn't know as a mom as I was so proud that they loved what I did, but on the other hand, I was like, is this the right thing too? Like, I don't know. Julene reacted this way. Aiden and Cassie are the complete opposite ways. What's right? Like, what is right? And what exposure is okay?
And I think for each kid it's different. I think that obviously Julene took it differently because there was nobody else around her with that scenario, so she felt the odd one out, so she didn't want to be picked on because of that reason or liked because of that reason in the sense.
I think it was definitely, she was a lot more private too.
Correct. And she's
very private.
But she's also been really smart when it comes to friends. She's not necessarily been like, she's been very like
guarded.
Yeah, a little bit. And I think that comes with just being a stepchild and stuff. But besides that.
Or actually being very mature at her young.
Oh, she was.
Oh, yeah. She was very mature, very young. Very, very mature. She was always known as the mom of her friend groups.
Yeah, because she didn't have social media and they all got in trouble.
Yeah, that was like actually a big topic.
Let's not go into that. She'll kill us. But no, I think that she was, like you said, very guarded, where the other two kind of.
Well, they saw you and me.
They grew up in like the mix of it all, so it was all kind of. I mean, Aiden was 2 years old at wherever the hell we were at, and you were who? Universal Studios when we had the remote there.
Oh yeah.
So it's like he was like
fully engulfed in it.
And by that time, Julian was like, okay, this is kind of cool. So he was seeing her after she had kind of gotten rid of the ball and chain and didn't worry about that.
You know what? That's a really good point I didn't think about, is that the kids grew up.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we'll help you bundle your auto and home coverage, saving you money and time. Find us at fbfs.com/protect. It's your future. Let's protect it. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
The Sonic 2-for-7 deal lets you choose from the Sonic Cheeseburger, Chicken Sandwich, or Footlong Chili Cheese Coney. Any two for $7. So you can mix and match a deliciously melty Sonic Cheeseburger and a crispy chicken sandwich with the perfect amount of pickles. Or you can pair that brioche-topped chicken sandwich with the Footlong Chili Cheese Coney you've been craving. Either way, you'll get 2 mouthwatering Sonic items for one great price. It might be the greatest pairing since cherry and limeade. Sonic 2-for-7 deal. Tax not included. See menu for details. Limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Watching Julene more accepting of it.
Exactly.
They never saw her having the adverse reaction. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
But okay, so we're nobodies.
No, yeah.
What if your parents are like Obama?
See, now that's a different lifestyle.
Everybody
that's a full-on different
everybody
lifestyle.
likes you only because you're Obama's.
So you're Malaya or Sasha, right? I feel like, well, here's what's interesting about that. One of our friends goes to school with, one of our friends' daughters, I should say, goes to school with Malaya at Harvard, like literally Harvard, or did, I should say. And she was just like a normal kid on campus. No one was like that anymore. And I think that there is a time frame in which people treat you really differently, and then other people, and then there's a time frame like in college where it's like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like you're me, you and I, we're just trying to do what we got to do, and we're going to Harvard.
I definitely think there's younger adults or whatever like that. Definitely. Yeah. I think that there are a lot of people out there that will only like them because their parents are, Barack and Michelle.
For sure. I mean, they were very little when they were in the White House.
Very little. They got that dog and everything. That was a big deal. I remember that. Like, I'm like,
that was a thing you remembered.
Yeah, the one
of all the things.
That and Obamacare,
and the fact that we got married the night he was elected. Okay, come on.
I'm not that silly. Maybe I am. Okay. She rolled her eyes right now. Just so everybody. No, but this, I think this also rolls over to spouses.
Yeah. Oh, good point.
I don't know how many times. No, this isn't bad at all. Okay. But no, I embrace the +1. There's a book I got to write. It's called +1. But it's great because I had like people like Sarah. See, this is what I was trying to get with the kids. Is I'm guessing that by the time they were at Harvard and people are learning who they are and meeting them, they've got their little circle already. They've got their few people they trust already.
For sure, that are like their core group.
Exactly. And then the Secret Service following them behind. But no, they already have the core. So I think it's hard to get into the bubble. But I think that they're not. I feel like they're not against it. Spouses, same thing. We go to places. I was with Sarah for a long time because it was Jeff and Evelyn in the morning. And now if it's ODM and Evelyn, I go with Vanessa and we hang out. We're the +1s. Or with Garrison's wife. And, it's so there's that few people that I see immediately. We hang out. And then when we're at these things, we're always looking around going, who are we talking to? Like, if we're talking to anybody or we're hanging out with ourselves. So there is those. I get it. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you were there with my,
I went to your
the
events.
Boat parties and the clubs and all the stuff I was doing. So it goes across lines, I think, between generations and spouses and partners.
But the difference being is we're adults. And like we can handle that situation differently. We understand what we married into, what we're dating, what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Where kids instantly go,
no, this isn't what I wanted. Yeah, though kids don't have a choice, and that's the thing. Like,
well, what if your dad was a cop?
Now I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, what if your dad's a cop?
So there was a time when your dad was a cop. It was like, cool, I'm gonna not hang with that guy because his dad's going to narc on us.
Yeah.
Then there was the other group that was like, no, I'm going to hang out with that guy because he gets away with everything.
Yeah.
So there's like that group. That's another one of those higher profile jobs that if you're the cop's kid, everyone knows it.
Yes.
Everyone knows, oh, your dad's a cop.
Well, and sometimes it's just because the car's in the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was great because we used to live in Corona where there was like, I think we were surrounded by like 4 or 5 cops.
We were totally surrounded by cops.
And I think one had a car and that's all it took.
Oh, yeah.
And
the
a
whole
bike.
neighborhood.
The other guy had a bike. And that's all it took, and everybody else knew that you don't come through here.
Yeah,
because
this
you
is
get
the
shot
neighbor.
at,
This
probably.
is this is the neighborhood that the cops live in.
Yeah, but I mean, what about kids? Like I don't know how I would be in this whole climate right now with everything being Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, defund the police, all this garbage. Like,
that's a hard time right now for kids.
Are you being singled out at school?
Right. I bet it just depends on where you live.
Obviously, COVID, nobody's at school.
Yeah, right.
But
exactly.
still, well, not here in California.
No,
but
it is
places.
a challenging time to be a cop in general. It is. No matter, if you're a good cop, and there are a lot of good cops.
Most of them are.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
It's a hard time to be a cop.
Okay, so let's take it off a little less serious now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what if your mom's the lunch lady?
Well, funny you bring that up because Julene's dad, my ex,
yes,
growing up, we grew up together. We were elementary, middle, high school, and in middle school, his mom was the lunch lady.
Really,
full on.
What'd you get? Extra milk,
extra
chocolate?
extra fries every day, extra fries.
Did everything come with fries? Because when I grew up, it was like burger and fries, burrito and fries, fish and fries, pizza and fries, fries and fries. That was the whole menu.
No, yeah, for sure. But with me, like when I started buying lunch, all I would buy was fries.
Really?
That was it.
That makes sense.
You know me.
Yeah.
No, and it was funny because at first I thought her dad. So Larry, it's her dad. If he was weirded out by his mom being the lunch lady, or if that was like a thing.
Yeah.
But everyone loved her so much. She was a very lovable woman. That they would go and they'd be like, and she would talk to them while you were buying stuff, and then she's like, "What do you want? Okay, hold on, I'm gonna put some extra." Like she was like always sweet. So you're like, I gotta be friends with that guy. His mom works here.
I remember when I was young, we were living in Vegas. And I used to have to go to, I used to walk to school. By the time I went to school, my parents were both at work. So I'd walk to school and I'd go to breakfast there. And they had it was the best for me at that time. I was the third grade, fourth grade, something along those lines.
Yeah.
And it would be those warm donuts in the bag.
Oh.
But my friend's mom worked in the cafeteria and she did breakfast.
Ah, nice.
So she'd always slip me a second donut.
Oh,
I always got the second donut.
That's the best.
And it's super warm, and it's like, they put it in the microwave.
See, those are the unsung heroes.
Yes, exactly, right?
Like full on. Like screw radio people, celebrities. It's the people that are looking at the kids every day that make them feel special.
Right.
Because that's when you go, okay, but now there's a downside to that.
Yes.
Because it's like, oh, you're all my friends because my mom hooks you up.
Yeah, exactly. That also goes into your mom's hot. I want to go hang out with you.
Yeah, there's that, and that happened to my mom.
Still happens to your mom. I'm pretty sure.
My brother's friends were
really. See, that's so funny. That was Corey's mom.
Oh my God.
Corey's mom was that way because she was like 24.
Oh crap. So she had it very young.
Yeah.
I get it.
We're like, hey, Corey, your mom's sister. Mom's here. What is she again?
Yeah.
Oh, we used to mess with them all the time.
You know what I love, though? I love being the young mom. There's nothing like being the young mom, okay? With our other two, I'm not the young mom. With Julene I was the young mom. Yeah. And so it was funny. I remember going to like kindergarten, and it was like everybody's first day of school. And all the parents, and I'm definitely like the one that looks like a teenager, even though I'm, my early 20s. And
it wasn't after a club night where your mascara was like running, and you're like super tired, you're like strung out with 4-inch heels.
I was presentable because I have a baby and I'm a mom.
You were, you did quite well.
And I remember doing that, and then people like looking at me sideways, like, how old is that chick? You know, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
just because you waited until you're 40s to have a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, it really made me feel like that.
No, it's true.
It's not my fault that you waited that long. I had a baby young. I'm sorry. I didn't have a baby in teens. I had a baby in my 20s. And you know what I mean? Like, it was weird. I remember getting that, like,
Not
weird
everyone has the baby when they want to or when they don't want to.
No, and that's the thing. Like, but don't give me side eye because of it.
That's
You know
always
what I
gonna
mean?
happen.
Like, because I love you. Don't hate on me. Just because, you know, whatever. Things happen for a reason. You don't need to hate on other people because their life worked a different way.
And that works the other way too, though. If you're being born and your mom and dad is 65,
oh my God, yeah,
how
good
do you
point.
go like? No, we just got done watching Murder, She Wrote for the 37th time.
No,
I'm
I've
just kidding.
seen.
That's a really bad joke.
That's terrible.
But I mean, that's also another angle.
No, you're right. I mean, there are the parents that are like, you know, oh, is that your grandparents? And
yeah,
and that's a bummer. That sucks because that's a thing that the kids got to deal with. But it's still their parents, and you know, and gosh, it's just hard being a kid.
It is.
Honestly,
It's really hard
just hard
because
being
you don't have
because
a
you can't
choice.
really win. Like you are in it, and no matter what, you're dealt the hand you're dealt.
Mm-hmm.
And if your parents are these people, they're those people. You win hopefully you win the gene pool lottery.
Yeah, right. You
and
end up a Kardashian or
yeah,
something.
Yeah, you end up with lots of money or,
Yeah.
you know, and hopefully not an a-hole.
Yeah, your last name is not Kanye West.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wait, that'd be his
West.
full name.
No, and you just don't know.
Yes.
I mean, everyone goes through this. It's not just celebrities. It's not a radio personality. It's not just strippers. You know what I mean? Like
I think you just take your wins winning. You win. Like if you got a connection to the lunch lady, take that lunch lady win.
Heck yes.
If your mom's a radio DJ and she can get you tickets to the circus because it's not sold out,
take it.
If your dad works over at the stadium in the suites as a waiter and he can get you tickets to go see Justin Timberlake, take it.
Take it.
Just take what you can, and when you can't get something, work for it.
And that's you know what? Now that's a valuable lesson for children to understand.
But it's also
they're not
45
listening.
minutes into the podcast. So.
But they're also not listening to that part.
Cassie's outside yelling at us.
But the kids aren't listening to this. But so this message is for the parents. If you go through this situation with your children,
yep.
The only advice I could ever tell you is do the best you freaking can. And that's it. That's it. Because it doesn't matter. Every kid will react differently. Every child will be raised differently. And if you're lucky, and you're really lucky, and you set a good example for your kid, that's all that will matter. Because I will tell you right now, as anti everything I am when Julene was little, look at all the things she's done in the last year.
Yeah, she's done some pretty cool stuff.
And that is based on what she grew up seeing.
Correct.
What she grew up seeing was work with nonprofits, and all she wants to do is work with nonprofits, and all she wants to do. And she's getting accolades because of all the hard work she's put in. And I know that that's an example that's set, and I'm not, hopefully that did not come out too
You're also very preachy right now, but...
Hopefully I did not come off too narcissistic. My point is that it's up to you as the parent to set that example and hope, even though you feel like you might be messing up somewhere, because I thought I was really messing up. I really thought she was going to be this kid that's going to hate me because whoever I am. It's planting seeds.
Okay, but before we get out of here and we get too mushy, the one thing I can tell you is Julene recognized it very young that you are in a situation to have things that are not necessarily given or offered to other people. It could be something as simple as tickets to Disneyland.
Right.
Like something like that. She learned that very early, and she took it upon herself to make everything that she does very easy for you to absorb and take in, whether it be school or life, so you wouldn't have to worry about her.
And I really didn't.
No, I didn't either. And that's why she did it.
She was easy.
So anyway, besides the sappy
yeah,
stuff.
that's a good point. That's a very good point.
I'm really good at this 45 minutes in.
Look at at you, my you're like really good stepdad there.
Well, I do a podcast called Handle with Care, Breast Cancer and Beyond with Carrie Madrid.
Is that teaching you lots of lessons,
and
life lessons?
I talk to lots of psychiatrists.
Oh, you're getting a lot of lessons.
And women that have gone through hell.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So that's just like therapy.
Yeah.
And I'm learning what not to say and what not to appreciate and how to look at things. So it's definitely helped.
No, it's a great point.
So check it out. Thisisfunner.com. Check that out. And we should probably go away.
Okay. Yeah, we've gone way too long. Hopefully you enjoyed these conversation and you ate some food. And if not, I'll try to post some stuff online so you guys can see what we made.
Yep. Thisisfunner.com if you want to get in a hold of us. And until next time,
we'll catch you later.
Conversate with us.
Conversate with us.
Thank you for listening to Conversate with us.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.